When I first met Alina, she seemed like the woman of my dreams. She was smart, beautiful, and full of life. We met through mutual friends and hit it off immediately. Our chemistry was undeniable, and within months, we were spending almost every day together. I truly believed she was the one. She told me she felt the same, and when I proposed, she cried and said yes without hesitation. Everything felt perfect during our engagement. We were planning the wedding, picking out colors, making guest lists, and dreaming about our future. But one evening, a message popped up on her phone when she left on the table. It was from a guy named Saad. The message wasn't just friendly. It was flirtatious and too comfortable for someone who was engaged. Curious and suspicious, I looked through their conversation. My heart dropped. Alina had been seeing this guy while we were together, even during the months we were planning our wedding. Some messages even hinted at physical encounters. I felt sick. It was like everything I believed about her and us shattered in seconds. I confronted her that night. She didn't deny it. She broke down in tears, say it was a mistake, that it happened early in our relationship before she realized how serious we were. But the chat said otherwise. It went on long after we were official. I was devastated. She begged me not to leave her, saying she'd do anything to fix it. I told her I needed time. I moved out of our apartment and stayed with a friend. For days, I didn't respond to her calls or messages. Everyone kept asking what happened, but I couldn't bring myself to talk about it. I felt embarrassed and heartbroken. I thought I had everything, but now I didn't even know who she really was. A week later, she showed up at my friend's place. She looked broken, like she hadn't slept in days. She said she had something to show me. Reluctantly, I agreed to talk. She handed me her phone and showed me a long message she had sent to the guy she cheated with. In it, she ended everything and apologized for ever letting it happen. She had also blocked him everywhere. But that wasn't all. She did something I didn't expect. She voluntarily wrote a long post on social media, admitting she had made a horrible mistake in our relationship, without naming names. She talked about how she had nearly destroyed the most important thing in her life, and how she wanted to be a better person. She said she understood if she lost me, but she needed to own her actions. The post shocked everyone. Our families, friends, even people who barely knew us. Some thought she was crazy for being so open, but others respected her for taking responsibility. I didn't know how to feel. Part of me still hated what she did, but another part couldn't ignore how far she wanted to make it right. We started talking again, slowly. I still kept my distance, but I could see she was trying, going to therapy, staying open, answering every question I had. It wasn't easy. Trust, once broken, doesn't come back quickly. But something about her honesty and willingness to own her mistake made me wonder if she truly had changed. Months passed. I didn't rush things. I told her I needed to see real, consistent effort, and she showed it. She stayed honest, transparent, and patient. Eventually, we decided to go to couples counseling together. The sessions were tough, but they helped us understand what went wrong and how to move forward. By the time our original wedding date came, we weren't ready to marry again, but we were back together, slowly rebuilding. I still had moments of doubt, and sometimes the pain would return out of nowhere, but her actions spoke louder than words. She hadn't just apologized. She had taken full ownership and made changes. A year later, we got married in a smaller ceremony, with only close family. It wasn't the wedding we once planned, but it was real, honest, built on truth, not fantasy. Some people judged me for forgiving her, but it wasn't about them. It was about what I saw in her actions, not just her words. Even now, years later, the memory of her betrayal still stings a little. But so does the memory of her standing in front of the world, admitting what she did, with no excuses. That moment, though shocking, was what saved us. Not her tears, not her promises, but her courage to be truly accountable. Cheating is something I never thought I could forgive, and maybe I never fully did. But I learned that people aren't just their worst mistakes. Sometimes, what they do after the mistake matters more than the mistake itself.